To start off this year, I felt like making a Pokémon, and why? I don't know. But Cyndaquil is a pretty cool design, and I just kind of felt like making it. So I started off by making a tan and a dark teal, and shaping out the head and body all in one larger piece. Also, a little, mouth, nose thing gets pinched out of the little head. The head gets pinched as, a circle off of body. Body is mostly like a raindrop shape. And then I bulked up the head a little bit in order to get a rounder shape than I originally had. Once this is blended into the rest of the head, it's pretty good. And that's the majority of the body, actually pretty done. Next, I, of course, work on the legs, which is just a larger part with a thinner rod sticking out of it, and that gets copied over to both legs and placed on the side. Then, after that, it gets blended into the rest of the body so that it doesn't easily fall off, and after it gets blended in on both sides, I refine the shape by poking, prodding, and also re-adding a little indent to show that the leg isn't actually fully attached. And after all that happens, and a lot of poking, prodding, and poking and indenting, the legs are pretty good, and I can begin work on other things. Of course, I did also kind of remake the legs a little bit in order to make the shape a little bit better. And now that that's all done, I can begin work on the arms, which are just little nubs. To do this, I just got a little indent to blend them into the rest of the body, and then folded them over after making sure that they were the right shape, so that it was how the design was, and then just copy that over to the other side, and with all that, it's pretty close to a good stopping point. However, now that I have practically all of the tan details done, I can begin refining the shape, and then once the shape is properly refined, adding the little toenails. This is a very white, off tan-ish, like the skin tone, that is placed on the edge of both of the feet. Paws. Once both of these are added, I can do my final refines of the shape, make it all good, and then add that dark teal from earlier onto the back. I just make sure that the shape is all good and nice, add it on the back, then stretch it over the legs, add the shape where it needs to be, and then once that's all added, I can make sure that all of the shape is done. Once I add the little spikes on the side in order to make sure that the design is a little bit better and more accurate, I can make sure that the shape of the blue is fully refined before adding the final bit of the dark teal to the top to make sure that there is a solid line all across the back part of the body. This gets shaped to be proper circles, blended into the rest of the dark teal, while not being blended into the tan, obviously, like most of the projects that I do, with the nose part being pushed down so that it is the proper size and shape. Then, with two thin black worms being added to the side of the head as the eyes, that is basically most of the Cyndaquil's actual body done, and it's just time to make the fire. Well, and also the nostrils and all that. The fire is just a yellow amberish color, and then an orangish vermilion. This is just a flat sheet with a bunch of spikes on it, and then the edges get covered with the orangish vermilion in order to make it more fiery and varied colors and everything, and also because that's how the actual design is as a whole. Once this all gets added on, I just flatten it out, make sure that it's all smooth, blended together, and actually looks good. And then, once it's all good, nice, spiky, I can just add it to the back of the Cyndaquil. And with that, all that's left is a base. Now, to start the year off, I'm going to continue with my simple green grass base, and just stick it on there, and with that it's done.